I had to find out that Bambi wasn't lying. She wasn't lying, y'all. She wasn't lying on that issue. That. He was so late. And then they would have to pay $400 late fee on rent. It's okay. She wasn't lying. I don't like her, but she wasn't lying. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know what you want from me, but I'm not a liar. Even if I'm wrong.
The women can come together, Scrap and Khaotic can do the same too.
You know what your problem is? I ain't got no problem myself.
Now you stepping out of your lane once again, so I might have to smack that ass. You know, you're done. Don't call me, don't own it. I'm like T.I. What you saying, A.T.I.? I don't want to kick it with you, I don't want to skate with you, I don't want to do nothing. Stand with Saul. I got a record I'm about to drop today that I already pre-recorded because I knew you was gonna come up, fumble up on some bullshit. And when this record dropped,
You going like trying to troll, acting like, you know what I'm saying? You so G'd up, like that was a G'd up move. Because you playing on TV. What you doing is, right, you allowing this whole TV thing. And the reason I don't respond back against y'all is because I'm not trying to allow this TV stuff to really turn into something. You know what I'm saying? You threw a trick.
Tensions were already running high following the explosive altercation between Scrappy and Khaotic on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But they took a sharp turn when Momma Dee, Scrappy's fiercely protective mother, learned that Khaotic had been secretly involved with Bambi, Scrappy's wife. This revelation was like a powder keg waiting to explode, and maybe wasn't about to let it go. When Momma Dee learned of the covert relationship, she was furious and felt deceived not only by Khaotic, but also had been a member of their inner circle, but also by Bambi, who she had regarded as family. To her, loyalty was everything, and Khaotic's actions were a clear betrayal of that trust. Momma Dee wasted no time in confronting Khaotic about his betrayal, and she was determined to express her feelings to him as she stormed toward him. Her anger was evident, and she started off with a sharp, furious voice. "Do you think you can sneak around behind my back and mess with Bambi? Are you insane, wife of my son?" He started to explain that it wasn't like that, but M wasn't having any of it. She stopped him in his tracks and said, "Don't try to play me for a fool. You've been lying to my son, lying to me, and now you're involved with his wife behind his back. That's some dirty, underhanded mess right there." Her eyes were burning with intensity as she stared him down, preventing him from making any excuses. Khaotic attempted to clarify that he and Bambi had a natural bond, but maybe wasn't interested in his justifications. She was offended and furious and made it abundantly evident that his behavior was unacceptable in her opinion. "You are nothing more than a snake. You've betrayed Scrappy's trust, and now you're trying to destroy his marriage." She said in a tone brimming with contempt, "You've gone behind my back, behind my son's back, and done something you should never have done. I won't just stand here and let you get away with this." Chaotic realization of the weight of his actions. He'd apologized, but Mom wasn't moved. "Sorry doesn't cut it," she fired back. She told him, "I don't care what you have to say. You've hurt my son, and I'm not going to let you get away with it." As she stood there, seemingly realizing the gravity of the situation, her disappointment in Khaotic was obvious, and she made it clear that this was more than just a disagreement. It was a deep betrayal of trust. There's no turning back from that. Momma Dee didn't mince words. She had always been a fierce guardian in Scrappy's life. M gazed at him. "I see with rage I won't forgive you for hurting my son. Regardless of your motivations, what you did was wrong. You've crossed a boundary, and I'll never forget it." Cal stood there in shock and apologies as the altercation came to a conclusion, but the harm had already been done. Given that her family devotion came first and that Chaos had a hidden relationship with Bambi, Momma Dee's anger had been unleashed. and it was obvious that she would never forgive Chaos for what he had done. Destroyed that sacred trust, and the confrontation between Momma Dee and Khaotic ended up being one of the most intense scenes of the season. It wasn't just about the relationship between Bambi and Khaotic. It was also about the deeper themes of loyalty, trust, and betrayal that pervaded the entire series, and Momma Dee wasn't willing to lose the fight to protect her son and her family.
The whole time, he the one who called me out my name, disrespecting me, talking gangster. I never talked gangster. I never threatened him. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that there. You can't let me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything slick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got rights anyway.
I probably went too hard or something, took something the wrong way or something like that, you know? So I want to say, I'm sorry to Khaotic.
We're getting somewhere.
Not. Cause I can give a Cause let me tell you something. When a over me and he feel like I'm not a good person, I feel the same way Khaotic. So we on the same page.
No, but he does not feel that way.
He just said it. He said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life, then you need to stay like that and I'm gonna stay like that. And we gonna stand on it.
No!
Let's stand on it.
No!
He gonna stand on it.
No, he does not. Stop. He did not say that.
What I said was, if you feel like I'm a bad person to you, then
Okay, but this is not about that right now. This is about you. How do you feel about him?
I never said I had a problem with him.
No, this what he do. He say something crazy and he's like, oh, I ain't got no beef, I ain't got no gun.
Khaotic always try to play a victim. He'll start some, then he want to be like, I don't want no beef, man. If you got an issue, stand on it. If not, sit down and shut up, bro.
At the end of the day, like I said, bro, it don't even really matter.
Cuz gonna try to goddamn, he want everybody
Like, oh my God.
No, because we're so grown, we can only make an assessment of our own thoughts here. I'm
I be watching Cuz, I be like, oh.
Okay, so wait.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, man. I'll beat your ass.
You had a million times to do it. Why you like to get on TV to do it? You're a TV man.
You a clown.
You got a problem with me.
Keep talking that boy.
Tension was pervasive in the poorly lit room. Scrappy was usually a hothead who got angry easily and was difficult to talk to when his temper got out of control. But tonight something felt different. He walked back and forth, his mind racing. The words he had just heard replayed in his head like a broken record, entangled in a jumble of incredulity and anger. Scrappy had suspected something was wrong for months, but he never could have guessed the truth because the signs had been so subtle. A glance that was too long, a whisper too quiet to hear. But now that he knew, everything fell into place. Bambi and Chaos together had a secret that was kept from everyone right under his nose.